new one. So do we have the legal thing from today? Like fining them $1,000 every single time, or the threat of jail? Yeah. Okay. So this is the notice that was sent out earlier today from Judge Merchan to Trump and his attorney, saying basically, you're on notice, buddy. We're sending you to jail, or we're going to just keep fining you $1,000. The problem with the $1,000 is I'd take that, all day long. Like, take that trade, right? Because it beats a $500 million. Like in the case of Letitia James, he can afford the $1,000. I think he's up to around 14,000 or so, whatever, right? $1,000, you get to speak your mind every single time you want. Well, every single time he does, it's tallying up. And what the judge has realized is, that's not really working. So maybe he has to get a little bit more aggressive. Let's cut to Bill Hemmer from earlier today on Fox talking about this very issue, Drew. I want the viewers to hear this.
Judge Merchan just said it's clear the $1,000 fine is not working. He said, going forward, this court will have to consider a jail sentence. He then said, the last thing I want to consider is jail. You are a former president and possibly the next president, end quote. Andy, why don't we just start right there? Because he's going to assess the gag order yet again. The gag order stays, but he'll assess the fine. So I think you're up to 10, 11, maybe 14 grand. I don't know. I lost count. Andy, go ahead.
Bill, as I said to you last week, if I were Trump, I basically bring in a check for 10 grand every Monday and just say whatever I want. This is all politics at this point. I don't think the judge, it's easy for me to say because he's not going to put me in custody, but I don't think the judge, because of the politics of this, it would be disastrous politics for the Democrats, for the judge to put former President Trump in jail over this. So he'll continue to fine him. And as long as that's what it is, I think Trump should just pay the fine and otherwise say what he wants to say.
Yeah, right? At least you have the freedom to speak your mind and say what you want to say. I don't think he's doing that much damage. Do you? Well, the judge, $1,000 a pop. That's what he's hitting him with, or potentially jail time. Interesting. He said, you may be the next president of the United States. According to all the polls, he indeed may be the next president of the United States. And the more they go after him, in fact, I would argue, if they put him in jail, you're pretty much guaranteeing he's going to be the next president of the United States, because people are looking at this and they're saying, this is not fair. This is not right. A lot of people agree that this is indeed election interference. And so what do you do here? If you're the judge, I guess you just keep racking up the fines and you say, well, this is what it is. Because if you put him in jail, it's going to be so egregious. It's so over the top. It's like the $500 million, thank you very much, in fines that Letitia James got the judge to hit Donald Trump with. In other words, the punishment not in any way relatable to the alleged crime.